Welcome to Mainland, your local regional television station. I'm Graham O'Brien, and some of the stories coming up in today's news. New Zealand Public Aroa bid wins, a Honi trespassed, Labour Health Caucus fact-finding tour and more. Pat ourselves on the back, New Zealand, it's official. The bid to buy the Aroa Inlet has been successful in what has become the single biggest New Zealand public fundraising campaign ever. Details have now been confirmed at $2,278,171.09 was the final figure raised through the crowd fundraising platform Give a Little. Chrissy Small spoke to Adam Gardner the day the news broke.
Congratulations to you guys for a fantastic effort.
Thank you. It's about the collective though. It's about what people have done and banded together and proven that could be done. And it's we just want to reiterate that it has been a real team effort.
Oh, I'm sure it has. Everyone had to come to the party to pull this one off, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did. And can't forget that our families haven't really seen this in the last 6 or 7 weeks. So they've been supportive, giving us some freedom to do this. We've had an amazing, we call them the tender team, which is really our legal team, and Andrew Peterson and the team of Bell Gully, Jeff Harley up in Wellington, and also Chris Kennedy, CEO of Harcourts, just to name a few who have really been advising us, especially in these last few weeks. And then our own team, who have been doing so much work behind the scenes to make it happen. And then the good old everyday person in New Zealand, who helped realise the dream.
Well, Adam, the thing is, it started off probably with a bit of a joke and a conversation, and look how far it's gone.
Yeah, and that really has been an underlying message. Dwayne and I, when we get together, we're close anyway, but when we get together, we always try and have a few discussions about, topical kind of things going on. And, like so many people, you kind of chat away and you can make a bit of a joke that you can make some changes. But we said, well, why don't we? Why don't we do something about this? And it really did become, as the catchphrase has kind of gone along with this whole story, this kind of I will if you will thing, basically. And it gathered a lot of the momentum pretty quick, and we're not quitters anyway, but we realised we just had to keep going with this. Win or lose, we just had to keep going.
Now, Adam, how did you first find out about the property being up for sale? Because it has been listed for some time.
Yeah, that's right. We just saw it advertised, and probably because you're right about that, and we saw some advertisements about it in particular around Christmas time, and the weather was beautiful. It was probably one of the things which was added to our list of kind of topics that we kind of thrash about when we get together, and perhaps just the timing was right. It's summer, topic about the beach being for sale, and maybe it was just kind of timing as much as anything for us.
Right. Okay. And of course, if you're forgiving families, they'll be so pleased, and I'm sure that you'll be having to take them away over there for a holiday.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? So they have been fantastic, I have to say, because it's been a pretty big commitment making this happen, and not just to get our work, we've got regular jobs as well, so we've got jobs. Yeah. So they also have been incredibly supportive of what we're doing, and helping us, to make this happen. So, yeah, look, it's great. It's been an amazing journey. You guys all have been, incredibly supportive as well, and it's just. Yesterday it was literally down to the wire. So we'd prepared 2 announcements. One, which was basically the same announcement. The only difference was at the end. It was whether we were successful or not. So there's a lot of work to do over the next few weeks to make sure that what is supposed to happen with the beach now happens from that perspective. And we just want to it's kind of that message to Team New Zealand, as we've been saying as well, that people are always going to be, contacting people basically. So let's make sure that bank accounts popped up and all ready to go, basically, so we can really make sure this thing gets done.
Great. Now, look, as a donator myself, when can I expect my funds to be taken out of my account?
Yeah, so we're Gifford are working with us with that right now, and they're advising on this. I can't give you the exact detail with that, but I'm sure it'll be. Yeah, I don't actually know the answer to that exactly, but it'll.
Oh well, I'll just watch my account. I'll just keep looking at my account, and as soon as I know it's gone, yeah.
Keep watching. Exactly, that's exactly right. They have a process that they do with these types of things, and this has been quite a big project for them as well.
Well, I'm sure it's kept them on their toes.
They are also making sure that they've got all of their logistics in place to make sure that it's as smooth as practical.
Now, Adam, tell me, how much did the government actually give in the end? Can you divulge that?
We're working, so there's going to be some things, some news come out pretty soon around some topics such as that. Well, I can't actually comment on that right this moment.
No, that's fine. I understand. But
what I can tell you is I can tell you the amazing contribution that was pledged from the people, which was I can tell you almost to the cent. So it was $2.278, $2,278,171 was pledged. So that's an incredible achievement from good old everyday people.
It is, especially now times are a bit tough financially for many out there. So it just shows you how much we love our country.
It's absolutely right, and it really has struck a chord with people. And yeah, that what's important to us, that we do love our country, and that we can band together as a community as well, and make really pretty amazing things happen.
Yeah, no, Adam, well look, a bit of vision goes a long way, doesn't it?
Sure does. Yeah, it sure does. And we're just thankful for everyone who's got behind us and helped make it happen.
Well, you guys will be able to get some sleep soon, I'm sure, once it's all over and all the I's are dotted and T's crossed. And thank you so much for helping save a bit of New Zealand for New Zealanders.
Oh, it's great that it can be for everyone. Yeah, to enjoy for not just now, but for future generations. That's the thing as well. It's just for everyone.
That's right. No, you're so right.
Great.
Thanks, Adam.
Council heard from well-known Nelson City businessman Gear Thompson this week, who voiced his frustrations over long-time protester Lewis Stanton, otherwise known as Honi Maheki, who has been camping in the entranceway of Civic House and setting himself up during the day in his usual spot in Trafalgar Street.
What I'd like to see done as soon as possible is for the council to pass a bylaw limiting a protest by anybody or group for a maximum of 7 days per year, and that gives them every chance to get their message across, which a lot of people have got good legitimate protests. They can either do it in one group, one time, or they can do it over the year. That way, people like Lewis Stanton wouldn't be able to park themselves there.
In effect, is Mr Thompson asking that Council overrule New Zealand's Bill of Rights Section 14, Freedom of Expression, which states everyone has a right to seek, receive and impart information and opinions of any kind in any form. As it has become apparent over the years that Lewis Stanton is using this right to make his feelings clear about Council's actions against him. We spoke to Honi after Council's CEO served a trespass order for Civic House against Honi following Gear Thompson's appeal.
Honi, can you fill us in on what the next instalment of this continuing saga is?
Good morning all. Yes, this is a day where they actually not only have they verbally trespassed me on Monday, but they have trespassed me today officially in paper, and now also putting up a sprinkler system to water those beautiful planter boxes that they've put in there to try and stop me from being in there. They're actually going to a lot of money for a lot of nothing. All they had to do was solve the problem that they created in the very first place, that they still don't want to solve. And by Claire Hadley actually signing that trespass notice this morning clearly tells us that the Nelson City Council doesn't want to solve the problem that they keep blaming me for. They should get off their arse and blame themselves.
Sure, and where are you going to from here?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I might have to take up Gear Thompson's offer of sleeping in here. It's the next closest place, safest place, because I've got cameras.
We asked Council what further action they intend to do with Mr Thompson's request, to which they replied that at this time they are looking into the matter and it is understood that they will add it to their work programme. With council legal costs alone at $52,500 for the year ending February 2015 against Mr Stanton, ratepayers must wonder why more unaccounted for council officers' time is being spent on a bylaw that could be contrary to the laws of the country. With no fuss or fanfare this week, the Labour Party Health and Wellbeing Caucus came to the Tasman region. Chrissy Small caught up with 3 Labour Caucus MPs, Carmel Sepuloni, Poto Williams and Ruth Dyson at the Jack Ingalls Hospital in Motueka this week.
Ruth Dyson, Carmel and Poto, it's lovely to have you here in Motueka, and of course you are representative of the Labour Health and Wellbeing Caucus. What has brought you to the region?
Well, Labour made a deliberate decision last year to better connect with our towns in the provinces, and this is part of that exercise. We've been to Takaka and Motueka today, and we're going to Westport and Reefton tomorrow. We've had a fantastic time here. It's all about learning better from people on the ground so that we can have a stronger understanding of what provincial people's needs and concerns are, and obviously then address them.
How was the reception in Golden Bay?
Oh, it was just wonderful. People were very generous with their time. They'd obviously given a lot of thought to what they would present to us in terms of the issues that we needed to know about. So we got very clear pictures of the issues that were facing people.
Right. And look, what was the general feedback on those issues as it stands today?
There was a very strong reflection of people feeling as if the government had really deserted them, that the arrogance of the national government meant that their concerns were just totally ignored. A feeling that people in urban areas are treated better than people in rural areas, but actually people in rural areas have the same sorts of needs and often have to pay a much higher price in order to get those needs addressed.
Right. So how can these be addressed?
Well, I think the most important thing on stage one is understanding the issues, and that's the reason that we're here. We're here to hear directly from the people who know their stuff and are prepared to talk to us openly and honestly. That's the way that you make good policy. You first of all get a decent understanding of the issues. So we'll take these issues back to our caucus colleagues, to our party members, talk about them and work out ways that we can properly address them.
Now, Ruth, the government has announced that they want to save $138 million in health funding. That's going to impact everywhere and especially on the regions. How do people feel about that are at the coal face of those services?
Well, the service providers are already feeling the impact of the annual health cuts that National has introduced since 2008 when it became the government. So it just means that our frontline health services are being cut back, that sick people are paying the price for government funding cuts. The people who are providing health services feel really terrible about that because they have a passion for doing their work, and if they're not funded properly, they're not able to do it.
We did a story on a Nelson man who recently has been turned down twice now for a knee operation. 74 years old, worked all his life, only had 3 weeks off sick in that whole time, and he can't get his knee operation. Are you seeing much of that around?
We certainly are. I mean, that man, 74-year-old who's worked hard and contributed all his life, is paying the price of John Key's promised tax cuts in election year next year. John Key said we're likely to have tax cuts. The only place that money is coming from is from frontline services that we are now losing. So that man needs to know that the price of the tax cuts next year is his knee operation.
Work to restore New Zealand's most popular walking track up to the centre of New Zealand is underway. Council contractors started work last week to reinstate the full width of 2 sections of the track that were damaged during the heavy rain event of December 2011. 2 new timber retaining walls are being constructed and the restoration of the track till its original width. Work is expected to take 8 to 12 weeks and detours have been put in place during this period. Councillor Eric Davey, who is chair of the Works and Infrastructure Committee, said the storm in 2011 caused a lot of damage and this is one of Nelson's most used walking tracks. Council is making sure that they are in top condition for long-term use. After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
Nelson Tire Center. Great prices, great service. Buy your own Bryford trailer. All types, all sizes. See Colin Douglas for your tires and batteries.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
Well, the way Freeview is set up is that people should try and receive UHF Freeview first. Satellite should really only be a fallback option if you live in a country or out in the country, or you live in an area that's maybe shielded from the transmitter. If you go terrestrial, you've got the advantage that you get the mainland channels as well. So that's plus, there's an extra 8 channels there, plus 2 radio channels. So.
If you need help tuning into the digital TV channels, please give us a call. Nelson TV and Video Services, 41 Halifax Street, Millers Acre Car Park.
.1 The Shed.
Welcome to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, open 7 days a week with free parking all day. Our lunch menus have that old-fashioned flavour where we treat you like treasure with the food you'll savour.
We cater for children, grannies and granddads too, with special rates and privileges given to the elderly lunchtime crew. Our staff are friendly and kind and want to see you all come back time after time.
Daytime or evening, it doesn't matter. Give us a call on 546 4084 and we'll be happy to spoil ya.
Musicians are gathering at the Playhouse for Musos for Mammals on Sunday, March 13th. See you there for this wonderful cause. Meet with John Pepper, the man who walked off his Parkinson's symptoms at NMIT's Ko-Fi Lounge, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m, Tuesday, March the 15th. On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
Hi, I'm Paul Mainland and you're watching Ego TV, or something along those lines.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more. Jacob.
120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Welcome me hearties to Smuggler's Pub and Cafe, famous for hearty meals, craft ales and a friendly service way. Sensational seasonal menus with meals all day and evening too, or sail in for a snack with special menus for young smugglers and you. Settle in for a jolly old time, relax and enjoy our award-winning dining and lovely fine wine. Decked out in an old worldly way, we're open 7 days. Book or come on in to 8 Muritai Street, not far from a beach, walk or swim. Phone 5464 084.
Hi, I'm Graham from Classic Gates Engineering. We specialise in all sorts of engineering, classic gates, balustrades, pool fences, do structural engineering, house lots of structural steel work, swimming pool fences. We also do firebox repairs, garden furniture, archways, etc. So for powder coating, sandblasting, all sorts of paintwork, call in and see us, 6 Nelson Street, Blenheim, Classic Gates Engineering.
From Cresswell's on Market Street, we've fitted footwear for all seasons, all reasons. For summer times in the sounds, for solid support on the sidelines, for social events around town, for good times round the grapevines. That's why at Cresswell's we believe in fitting footwear correctly so you get the best out of quality shoes and sandals and can then get the best out of life.
Cresswell Special Service, it's unique, helping keep Marlborough on its feet for over 60 years. So give me coffee and TV, history. I've seen so much, I'm going blind and I'm bringing virtually. Sociability is hard enough for me. Take me away from this big bad world and the creed.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $9.79? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Tune in to Sunshine Radio, 87.8 and 107.5 FM.
The music hits so hard, can't touch this.
Welcome me hearties to Smuggler's Pub and Cafe, famous for hearty meals, craft ales and a friendly service way. Sensational seasonal menus with meals all day and evening too, or sail in for a snack with special menus for young smugglers and you. Settle in for a jolly old time, relax and enjoy our award-winning dining and lovely fine wine. Decked out in an old worldly way, we're open 7 days. Book or come on in to 8 Muritai Street, not far from a beach walk or swim. Phone 546408.
I'm Larry London from VOA Music Mix, bringing you news on the hour from around the world, plus music 24/7, from the latest hits to those classic favorites to jazz on Saturday mornings, plus much, much more. You can contact us by Googling Mainland TV or follow us on Facebook. Cheers from the team at Mainland Radio 1 and VOA Music Mix.